We've been following the weather that's going on right now, but it was almost a year ago exactly where devastation swept across the hill country region of Texas when the Guadalupe River rose, triggered deadly flooding. It killed over 100 people.
94-year-old Betty Madison was forced to hide in her attic as water ravaged her home in Hunt, Texas. Her home was completely ruined, and they lost nearly everything.
As you can imagine, I mean, healing from something like this so catastrophic, it takes a lot of time. But 12 months later, Betty's grandson, Barry, has chosen to return to the site of their family home. Now, his goal is to come full circle, to face what happened, to find acceptance, and to try to continue to heal.
And joining us now is Barry Adelman. Barry, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us and to share your journey. I mean, I know this has been such a challenging year. First and foremost, how are you? How's your family? How is Betty doing?
I think we're doing great. We're really blessed. I guess the important thing is for us is that we're all still alive. You know, all 8 of us, 2 cats and 2 dogs, and we're here and we're just putting one foot in front of the other.
Barry, tell me about what you're going to do this weekend. Have you been back since the floods happened?
Oh yeah, I've been back many, many times, and I really want to say Cypress Creek Church in Wimberley was ready. They were out there probably a week or so after the flood. Without them, we wouldn't have got the muck out done with all the mud removed and everything else. I just don't know where we'd be. And they're going to meet us out there after they got wind that my wife and I decided to pitch a tent on the side of the Guadalupe River, and we are going to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning about when the flood was going on last year and just really reflect and think about the people that lost lives and the families that lost loved ones, and just hold the space. And I think in a way it's kind of a defiant move to sleep on the edge of the Guadalupe River, right? But that's what we're going to do, and we feel like to move forward, I think that's the right thing for us.
Yeah, what a beautiful tribute. You know, when you look back on this time, and you know, a year ago, gearing up for the 4th of July weekend, and then ultimately what had happened, how much of that has stayed with you over the course of this last year? Has it crept up in small moments?
Yeah, I mean, for the first couple of months, I couldn't smile, and I think, you know, there's a lot of flooding thoughts that I had, things like that. And I think the one thing that sticks with me even now, you know, I was up on the roof using Christmas lights for rope to try and tie a line to the chimney and to the pipe jack at the very top. And it was pitch black. You could just see momentary flashes of lightning. But the one thing that sticks in my mind even still is the screams. You could hear the people flying by the house, almost like they were on a roller coaster. Forgive the analogy, but that's kind of what it seemed like amongst the ripping trees and the cars hitting the house. You could just hear the screams, people screaming for help. And I still think about them, and I wonder, did they make it? Are they gone? Could I have saved them? You know, and of course I know I could not. At the time, you know, you block that out. But recalling back, you just think about them. We're okay. You know, where are they? And I hope they're okay. And so anyway, I think we heard from a friend, they lost some loved ones out there, and they said, look, a bad thing happened out there, but it's a good place. And so we're going to honor that.
You talk about a good place. We know that it is beautiful when it's a regular day, and your home has been in that family for generations. Are you going to stick around that area? You're going to have plans to rebuild even bigger?
Well, I don't know about bigger, but yeah, we've been there since the 20s.
Wow.
I think one of the things we're really lucky about, and I mean just lucky to have the place, you know, it was built with double river rock walls and Portland cement. And so while the 17 houses to the right of us were swept off of their foundations, this thing didn't move anywhere. Honestly, we did not know that. We thought it could crumble at any second with the power of the water and what was happening. But no, we're sticking around. This family is in a trust for generations, and we love that place. I've been going there since before I was born.
Wow.
Absolutely. You know, hearing you recall what those moments were like and how it stayed with you, if there's one thing that you could say to other survivors out there, right? I mean, you think of how blessed you are and your family that you're all here, and I'm sure others may be feeling the same way, those who have lost someone, but, you know, they're still alive. What would that be?
I think it sounds funny to say, but putting one foot in front of the other, life goes on, life moves on. And so I think for me personally, the way I've dealt with that is the things that I'm doing, right? Instead of crying and staying home, which I feel like, I am going to go and I'm going to pitch a tent and I'm going to honor the folks. And so, yeah, I would say walk through it, deal with it. Don't just act like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? And I think for me personally, time is healing everything. I cannot tell you. I feel like I'm probably at 98% at this point.
Wow.
I felt like I was maybe 65% of my human spark after the flood, right? So that would be my biggest feedback.
Wow, Barry. So what exactly are you going to go? Are you going to head out there later on this afternoon? When are you going to head out there? How long are you going to stay?
Hey, so I'm gonna pick up my grandson Cole tonight. He's the one that was scared to death that we were gonna die, and looking him in the face and telling him we are going to be okay as water is coming up the attic stairs. He's been back once reluctantly. He almost didn't want to go. And so I'm going to pick him up. We're going to leave first thing in the morning. One of the things we want to do is attend the I guess they have a wall that they're putting up tomorrow at 10 a.m. in Kerr County to honor those that lost their lives, the memorial there. So we'll go to that. We're probably going to go to pitch our tent out at Casa del Rio. And from there, we'll go to All You Can Eat Catfish Fridays at Crider's, which is also rebuilt, the oldest rodeo in Texas right down the street. So, yeah, that's the plan. That's what we're doing. And then Saturday, the church shows up. We will have that service at 3 a.m. The church is going to provide us with a prayer. So we'll do that on the 4th of July. But yeah, the church comes on Saturday. We're going to have barbecue and kayaks, and I'll be in the water, guys, for the first time since the flood. I don't know. I just feel like, I see so many people on social media say they're never going back in that water. I can't live my life this way. Again, I'm putting one foot in front of the other.
That's Barry, you're so strong, man. I just listening to the way you're talking about it. You've got it. You've got this going so well. You're going to bring your grandson with you also. Thank you so much for taking the time and sharing your story with us, because it's an amazing one. And the fact that they rescued your grandmother at 94 and your whole family's doing well, it's a blessing. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hunt, Texas flood survivor Barry Adelman. Thank you very much, Barry. Appreciate it.